Okay, the next section we're going to go over is the side. Is section 5.2 Bravo, and this is the side angle 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 side congruent postulate. At the end of this lesson, it is my goal that you understand how to use the side angle side postulate to identify when two triangles are congruent using the side angle side postulate, and to duplicate two triangles when you know the two sides and the angle in between those two sides, those angles. Okay, so what this postulate says is if the length of LNGTH of two sides and an angle between those two sides, angle between the two sides of a triangle are congruent to corresponding sides and angle of another triangle, then those triangles are congruent. Okay, so what that looks like is I have a triangle, okay, and then I have another side, and the angle in between the side. And if I have another triangle, and it looks similar to it like that, and the angle, I have a side and another side, and the angle like that are congruent like that, then those two angles, so I have this side congruent to this side congruent to this side, and the angle in between each of those corresponding sides are congruent, then these two are congruent. All right, so let's take a look at how that one is constructed, and then we'll talk about looking at two congruent triangles and how they would be compared. And we'll go with a green one as our initial one. All right, so let's make a triangle. Try to make different shapes triangle. It's hard to come up with new ones. All right, so I have that triangle, that one line, and then we're gonna go like this line, and then I'm gonna go like this. That's kind of goofy shaped. Okay, that's my triangle, and I'm gonna say that I know this side, and I know this angle. Okay, so those are the two sides that I know, and we're going to call this triangle ABC again. So I know triangle ABC. Triangle ABC. Okay, so I need to know length AB to construct a congruent triangle. I need to know the length of segment AB. I need to know the length of segment BC. I need to know the measure of angle B. Okay, so let me go ahead and capture some of those. Oh, well, you can read that. Let me turn the light on real quick. Hopefully that glares pretty bad. All right, so I'm gonna maybe zoom in. Maybe I can zoom in a little. That's a little better. Okay, there we go. All right, so the length of this triangle is, I'm gonna call it 14 point, I'm going to call it an even 15 inches. I'm going to call it 15 centimeters on the nose. Even, it's more like, it's more like 14.8. 14.8 for B to C, 14.8. Then A to B is about at 8, is 8 centimeters. And then angle AB, angle AB I'm going to read the outside. Is about 38 degrees. 38 degrees. All right, so let me go ahead and reconstruct this in red. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go my 14.8 centimeters. 14.8 centimeters. I'm going to go my 38 degrees from that. I'm going to use a little index card to slip underneath and mark 38 degrees from that, from the outside. So 38 degrees is about right there. Make sure that it's lined up real good. Kind of lock it in place. And just mark it. Okay, and then make sure that the outside of my marker goes to that. Okay, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna measure AB is 8 centimeters. So I'm gonna go to here. I'm gonna cut off everything except up to my 8 centimeter mark. 8 centimeters is right here. So that was my 8 centimeter mark. And I can connect this one to this one here. And there I have my 2 triangles. So we'll see how close I got them. Again, they're only as good as the human hand. I gotta go get more patty paper. I should bring a whole stack in here. All right, so here is my. Let's see how close I did it. All right, so I'm gonna just kind of turn it sideways so that it fits. So that is my AC, and then BC line, BC line, and take it over to this, superimpose it, and see that it matched pretty good. Okay, so you can see that's how you that you can build a congruent triangle using just the angle or a side an angle and another side, right? Because this one was here. This side, and then this angle. Because this angle here, this is 8 centimeters. This was 14.8, and this was 38 degrees. Right? This was associated with A, we're going to call that X. This was associated with B, we're going to call this Y. And we're going to associate with C, we'll call this Z. Right? So, in order to say that these two triangles were congruent, say that angles A, or in order to say that, to use the side angle side formula, or a congruence postulate, you say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ, triangle XYZ. In order for that to be true, given what we say, ABC line segment AB is congruent to line segment XY. It's there and there. There and there. Right? It's the first one. There and there. And then line segment BC and XY and XY is with YZ. BC is congruent to YZ. YZ. Okay? And then in between those two, it has to be in between the two. Okay? The angle has to be in between the two lines, just like in side angle side, or an angle side angle. The side has to be in between the two angles. Angle B here, angle B, and angle Y must be angle B must be congruent to angle Y. And they are. Okay? So hopefully that makes a lot of sense to you guys. And if you have any questions, please let me know.